What's going on? What? Oh shit! What's going on, everybody? It is the MOSHCAST with Almighty Sai, episode 35. I'm your host, Almighty Sai, and we have a very special guest, a guest that I've wanted to be on the pod for a very long time since I started this shit. His name is JAK THURMOND. Jack of all trades, Jack of all thermonds. What's going on, man?
That's the one. Oh, chilling on an off day.
Hell
Getting to do a podcast.
Hell yeah. Sorry if you are on an off day and you wanted to chill out. Now you're on this podcast talking and shit. But
That's the perfect place to be.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. How you been so far?
Good. Just chilling, staying alive.
Hell good. Yeah. You dropped a album recently called Magic Focus.
Yes, we did.
That was crazy. That
was
a really,
thanks.
really good album, honestly. It was
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I would say all of your music is my top favorite, but whenever you dropped that album, it hit a all-time favorite of mine.
Hell yeah, thank you. Yeah, we did that a long time ago.
Oh,
actually.
No shit.
Yeah, I want to say we finished recording it in like 2018.
Yeah.
And sat on it and didn't fucking do anything with it.
Right.
And I hit up Arlo and was like, hey, like it's about time.
Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to
get
get this ball rolling.
Yeah,
for sure. So, how long were you sitting on that album? For a while, like years? Or are you sitting on it? Yeah.
We finished. We had a band, and we called our band Magic Focus, and we were going to call this album something else.
Right.
And we recorded it with my friend Broderick, who recorded both my other EPs also, and got it all done and whatever. And me and my buddy just kind of, I don't know, we were going to do it. We were going somewhere, and then we just kind of fell apart and started doing other stuff.
Right,
and so I did my own shit, and then, we kind of put it on the back burner and finally put it out. So.
Right. Heck yeah, man. So y'all consecutively decided just to call it Magic Focus. Are y'all putting your band Magic Focus in the past?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's in the files. And
Magic Focus is just an album. If we've been talking about we might do a little 4-song EP or something together, but we'll just keep it, his name, my name, and whatever we do. Now,
so Arlo, what was Arlo's action in all of this album? Was he like a guitar player?
Oh, no. It was 50-50.
Oh, 50-50?
Yeah, well, he and I had been in Edit Canvas together for years, and then after that fell apart, we started that band, and he wrote some lyrics, a couple lyrics here and there to a couple of them, and he wrote a majority of the music to probably about half of them, and the other half were my songs, and we just kind of put them together.
Nice.
So,
nice.
50-50.
Heck yeah, man. I do want to apologize to all the viewers if my voice doesn't sound like it always does. I had my first fucking little gig, and I went a little bit too hard. I went harder than I thought I was going to, and now my voice is all fucked up. To be honest, man, I went on stage thinking that I was going to be a piece of cake. My first run up with my music, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be dope," and I performed well. But what I didn't, when I got off the stage, I was like, I need to fucking lose weight. I need to fucking work out or something, because I was fucking exhausted whenever I got off stage. And I only did 4 songs. So whoever thinks that being on stage and shit, doing that stuff is easy money, fuck no. Fuck no. I was sweating my ass off.
Oh, dude, it doesn't matter what size you are, man. It's going to wear you out regardless. It's a workout.
Shout out to fucking Kid Carrillo, Potion, Sadzilla, Lil God. Shout out all them people that were up there doing their thing. It was a fucking badass little gig. Do you do gigs a lot over here in Amarillo?
Yeah, I would say so.
What's your stage time usually like in a monthly? Is it a month thing or is it just...
Well, I mean, after 2020 was so
shitty.
crazy, so I didn't play anything that year, and I think this year I played I think at least 10 shows this year.
Good.
Since April.
Good.
So
how is I know a lot of people don't like to talk about like money and shit, but whenever you're performing here in a I would say I don't know if anybody else thinks this, but Amarillo is a pretty small town compared to Austin and these bigger cities.
It's getting bigger. But,
it is getting bigger.
It's small town mentality for sure.
Yeah. And so we have a lot of artists here and we all want us to succeed. But how is the money? Is the money worth? Whenever you go on stage, do you expect something? Do you expect money, or you going on?
This is a good conversation. I like this conversation. This is something I've been thinking about a lot, especially lately.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna say, this year when April came along,
Yeah.
I wanted to do. At first, I just wanted to do cool little things that I thought would be neat. Like I played for Ali Ramos did a city council rally, and I played for that. And
Okay.
this last month or two, I played for the Amarillo Women's March. I wanted to do stuff that was a little politically charged that
Right.
I agreed with and stuff like that.
Right.
And those obviously don't care about money. I don't want to get paid. I want to
Right.
do it for that.
Right.
But but then I was like, man, you know what? I need to make some extra cash. Let's play for some fucking dough. So
Right.
there's places for that. There's places for that where you can make, $200 to $400
Right.
by yourself playing
Right.
the show, getting some tips, getting some free food, some free beer, and
Right.
doing your thing. It just depends what you want to do.
Yeah.
And then I kind of realized. Then I started wanting the money.
Yeah.
I wanted to play for money. So if
Right.
I didn't make good money, I was like, oh, fuck it, this night sucked.
Right.
And that's not how I really want to look at things.
Yeah.
Like I want to enjoy myself, you know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm trying to kind of think less about that. But I mean, it's good for a side hustle.
Definitely.
It's a good side hustle. It helped
Definitely.
me out a lot. So
I've had a few friends that were we would talk about that stuff, and they would end up telling me, like it just depends on who the person is
Sure.
that runs the bar or the club or whatever. Because sometimes these people, and I'm not talking shit on a lot of people. A lot of people are really good-hearted people, but most of the time, some of those people like to juke you. And they like to be like, you know what, I'll pay you $300. They see the tips roll in, and they're like, well, we're only going to pay you $150 because the tips outweigh the.
I'm pretty lucky in that I've never had well, not in a long time. I've been playing shows for a long time.
Right.
And no, kind of depends where you want to play too.
Right.
And if you're playing by yourself, if you're an opening act, if you're playing with a few bands, how that works. But
Right.
if you really care about the money, you should definitely get your have a set payment.
Right.
You tell them what's the down low that we're gonna get, and then what comes with it, and then tips
Yeah.
are a separate thing.
Well, the thing is too is like a lot of people are talking about too, like you need to have a backing behind you. You can't just step into a club and say I'm going to perform, and you never performed. You can't step into a club and say that you want to perform and you don't even have something to offer.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, you can.
You can?
totally can.
For sure?
Yeah, you totally can.
Oh,
Well, I say that, but I mean, I don't know. I hadn't put anything out in a long time, but
Right.
I've been playing since I was a kid. I played in my dad's band when I was a preteen.
Oh, okay.
And I got little set gigs at like Cowboy Gelatos, and that was a thing. I played there every week for years.
Right.
And all those little 6th Street businesses, they're all different now, but like what they used to be. And so I kind of got lucky, I guess, in that aspect. That I never had anything recorded, but I could play anyway because I knew everybody.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but I don't know. It definitely counts. It helps to
Right,
have something
right.
that people can listen to. Especially like, what are you playing? Are you playing a bar? Are you depends what your act is too.
Right.
Like if you're like in hip hop, for example, you can't play at a lot of the places that I can play at.
yeah.
And I also can't play a lot of the big bars that other people can play at because I'm by myself.
Right.
So
Or like a club
without
man,
a crowd
yeah.
anyway. So just kind of depends on what your style is and what your venue is.
Definitely.
That's a big part of it.
100%. So do you think a lot of these people here in the Amarillo area, I get a lot of different feedbacks on this question, where it's like everybody's welcoming me, everybody's cool, to another side of like sometimes nobody gives a fuck what you're doing, nobody cares, you do you type of deal.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the people in this area tend to bring in more talent, or kind of like push away new talent because they already have a foot in here in this area?
Well, for one, I think people take themselves a little too seriously.
Yeah.
Me personally,
Right.
I think that there's always talk about people not digging this and people not doing this, and that shows are empty, and I don't want to play for a dead crowd, and all this. But no, I think it depends on your little circle, man. There are people out there who are looking to do that, who are looking to bring people in and have something cool. But the problem is I don't think people are eclectic enough here.
Okay.
Like, you can do that for these people, or you can do that for these people, but you can't include everybody,
right.
you know. And I mean, I'd like to see it, and I don't think we push talent away, but I don't think the scene is what it used to be by any means, and I don't think that it's hard to find venues for what you want. Like, I really think that's hard, and I think it depends on who your sound guy is a big deal too. How's that going to sound, and who comes out on a Saturday night?
Yeah.
And now with last year and COVID and like the repercussions of all that, like, also I think people are really, really ready for everything to be like it used to be, and it's not going to be like that for a long fucking time. Like, it's not like
and
that.
And the money is so fucking scarce. It's one of those things too where like people are not wanting to go out and fucking buy $7 shots. With like, the fucking crisis that we're dealing with wage and unemployment.
It's insane. Like, you can't. I don't know. You just can't. I don't think you can expect a lot in this particular time. Like, I understand the conversations all make sense. They're all logical. I get it, but like, you forget what just happened. Like, things aren't the same. It's a whole different ballgame.
And they're not going to be the same. And you're gonna see that a lot right now if you're not on the internet, if you're not watching any sort of news. I know people I don't watch news at all on the TV, but if you don't have some type of place where you can absorb stuff that you want to hear, you're not going to understand what I'm saying, because it's not going to be the same in the lines of we're changing Facebook to the point where it's going to be its name, it's Metaverse.
Right.
You've read up on that stuff. Yeah. Literally, they're talking about where you don't have to leave your house at all. The stuff that they're going to do.
Ridiculous, dude.
Like, I was talking,
creepy, man.
Yeah, I was talking to my friend. It was like, it's gonna be a point where you're gonna be putting a headset on, and you're gonna be working from your house in Metaverse, being meta as fuck.
Yeah.
Working there for $6 an hour or whatever the fuck it is gonna be, like Bitcoin or whatever the fuck.
That's crazy.
And you're going to have a little shop, and you're going to be selling fucking virtual clothes and NFTs and all.
Get the fuck out of here. I hate it. Get out of here.
It's fucking insane, And,
can you disassociate any further?
Yeah, for real. And then there's going to be shows where, the live stuff will be live in Metaverse, and it won't be live physically. It's like Ready Player One shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
You put a fucking headset on, and then you come out and you're fucking in a trap house with ramen noodles and, just going to sleep for a few hours, and you go back to Metaverse because everything is just supposed to be quote-unquote peachy and fine and everything.
Fuck that. Keep me away from that.
Dude, we can go so fucking deep and all that stuff. Like,
oh, no.
It all ties into the fucking, the space shuttles and stuff that they're making with Tesla and fucking Jeff Bezos and...
I'm not a fan of the space race.
Oh, I am super scared. I'm super scared because there's a lot of stuff that is going on where people are like, "Oh, we can save the planet. We can do this. We can fix Earth." And it's like, bro,
that ain't what they're paying for, man.
Yeah,
that ain't what they're paying for. It ain't.
There's no way we're saving the Earth. We're 15 years. We're 15 years past due. 15 years past.
Even aside from that, you're. Listen to what the people with the big fucking bucks are saying. They want to go somewhere else. Yeah. They don't care about what's going on here. They want to take their money and they want to take their people and get the fuck out of here. That's what they want. They don't care about you.
They don't give a shit about us.
And people that are like, fuck you.
Yeah, people that are like honey dick and fucking Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos saying that they're good people and stuff like. No, I don't know what their heart is.
Sure.
I don't know who they are as people, but what they are doing is showing us that they're not. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. I mean, they don't. If they saw a picture of me and my fucking name, they wouldn't know who the fuck I am. And they would do that for millions of people.
Let's see if old Elon actually gives that $6 billion to the UN or not.
100%.
Yeah, you show me exactly how you're gonna do it, and I swear I'll do it. But it'd probably be better if I kept it to myself.
Exactly.
Like, fuck you, man.
He even said, he was like, I want you to show me how you would do it without this money first.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like, money is everything. Like, I'm sorry that people don't grasp that concept. You have to pay for everything here.
Ain't never been broke if you don't understand that concept. Yeah.
You can't. You can't make money. You gotta spend money to make money. You gotta spend money to make something happen. Everything it costs. Everything it costs. This whole setup fucking costs.
Yeah.
I might have the fucking YouTube space for free, but that still ain't shit because I'm probably getting ads on on that bitch if you don't have YouTube Premium. And that you have to buy YouTube Premium to not get fucking ads. You know what I'm saying? Like everything fucking
and being a musician too, like playing and all that kind of stuff, your equipment and all that
gas, time, all that shit matters.
Money is everything,
And I was raised in a fucking Christian household, and it was like, money is the root of all evil. Now that might be right on spot,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
you can't tell me that.
But you gotta have it.
Yeah,
It's
you
one
gotta
of those
have it.
things.
You gotta
Yeah.
fucking have it. I wish the world was different. I wish we had a place where we didn't have to have money, where we could do a trade system or some type of fucking easy money, so we can at least survive and pay for the things that we have. But right now, it's like inflation is a bitch. We're fucking dealing with a employment crisis. That's a bitch, and people want to point the fingers at a whole bunch of other people. And it's like, dude, like, there's nothing we can do. Everybody's getting this information, and it might be wrong. But everybody's getting this information, and it might be wrong. And it's like, we're stuck in this middle, like, limbo here, where it's like, I want to listen to these things, I want to believe that this is true, but at the same time, like, we just found out last year that aliens 100% fucking exist, dog. Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? It's insane. The world is like a clusterfuck, man.
All right. Yeah. To say the least. Yeah.
Yeah, for real. And it all ties down back to music, man. Come on, Immortal Technique. Where you at, Diabolic? System of a Down. Let's fucking get some albums done.
Oh shit!
Right when Trump became fucking, I would say Obama maybe. Right when Obama became president. I think growing up was the time where I started absorbing, because I mean, Immortal Technique started rapping about Bush and all of that stuff, and System of a Down was kind of dwindling off into whatever they split up and everything.
Right.
But like after that, who was nobody was talking about this stuff. I mean, Run the Jewels, shout Run the Jewels. They got music out, but there's not a whole lot of people talking about political stuff in music.
It's like
anymore.
Bits and pieces of things here and there. Yeah, like I know the George Floyd situation that had a lot of musical
that's
things
true.
come about that. That
BLM.
was one of the only good things obviously came about that. But
let's talk about it. Fuck yeah, let's talk about this shit. Fuck it. There's a thing that I have a problem with. I love that people are rapping about BLM and George Floyd. That shit matters. That really does. But I feel like the music scene, or the blow up, the fucking the big guys up there fucking making the music the way it is, I think they're looking at it the wrong way. What is that word, babe? Virtue signalers. Virtue signaling.
Okay.
Sorry that your name is here, but it's going to be Tom McDonald. Go fuck yourself, dude. Go fuck yourself, dude.
Yeah.
Tom McDonald is a virtue signaler as fuck. He is a what is that word, babe? It's like a pusher, like a producer pushes the guy. Like he's famous because of like the fame. He's a not money hungry. We'll find it. We'll find the word. But the big guys are pushing that guy so hard because his agendas are so fucking askew.
I see what you mean.
It's like, I want everybody to be equal, but nobody is. Nobody's fucking equal, bro. Sorry. Right here in this world, nobody's fucking equal. If you look at it in the papers, if you look at it in the laws, if you look at it where we're standing on right now, nobody is fucking equal. Do I wish it was? 100%. But we will not see it in our time. We will not see it that way. And people are like, all lives matter and this and that. It's like, bro, like, I wish I would. But right now, we don't need to be talking about that shit.
And there's so much information out there for people to grab and to try to understand people who are oppressed. You know what I mean? The information is out there. You just have to look for it.
Yeah, 100%.
People are so absorbed in their own worldview, and they can't get past what they see and their perceptions rather than looking at everybody else's. I think that's the biggest issue. There's a lot of reading to do.
Yeah,
I could give you a whole stack of books.
We should have been learning this stuff in school. That's another big problem that we're dealing with right now, because nobody wants to talk about critical race theory.
And the definition of critical race theory changes every fucking day.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember having a class called critical race theory. I don't know about you.
No, I did not. But the thing is like, I had history, but growing up and maturing and reading, like you said, getting the information as what it is, of the stuff that I learned in school was whitewashed, watered down, put to the side. Yeah. No one fucking talked about it. you know?
Yeah.
The things that need to be on the fucking history books itself are not there. We're not going to see 6,000 indigenous kids being found under churches. That was, what, a few months ago?
Yeah, that was crazy.
We're not going to see that shit in the books.
No.
We're gonna
or like the Tulsa massacre.
Yeah.
I didn't learn about that until after I graduated high school.
Right. And that's a big thing. I mean, we're not like really close, but we're close enough to where it's like home area shit. You know?
Sure. Oh fuck, man. I went to the protest, and that's some of the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my own hometown, like that. That was a wild experience.
It's wild, man, because people want peace, people want to be calm, and people want this and that to happen. But
shit, I didn't see any of that. I didn't see it from anybody either.
That's what I'm saying.
It was a crazy scenario.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody wants that peace stuff, but it doesn't happen when it's peaceful. It doesn't happen when it's quiet. It doesn't happen. That stuff doesn't happen.
True.
You need to be loud.
I mean, and shoot, also people really expect the worst out of people that they're afraid of, is the way that I kind of saw it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, especially, the protests like that. Like, there were so many. Like, I don't want to get into it too hard, just because I know everybody. I know people who were marching, and I was one of those people. And I know some people who had ARs sitting at their place ready to point it at somebody. And I know somebody who pointed one at me. And like it's.
What's up?
I was just saying that was fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
I lived right next to scooters at that time.
Yeah. There's a picture that went around that is really wild that I happened to be in, and it's me and two other guys in front of me, and dude on top of scooters with a fucking AR and a mask on.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and
just in case things got too rowdy.
Well, that's the whole thing that happened in the first place was because it was a very. I mean, and I can't speak on this as somebody who knows. I just know I was there. I was there for multiple of those things, and like it wasn't like it was a loose thing. It wasn't like a really well put together deal.
Right.
But it had enough information that everybody who had a business on 6th Street was like, well, they're gonna loot it. They're gonna loot it.
Oh,
the whole world's gonna loot it. Like Amarillo's ever had anything like that happen ever. It hasn't.
Did anybody get?
Oh fuck no, man!
Exactly.
Like the worst things that happened that I saw were. And it's not, in my opinion, it's not good on either side, is people throwing shit at each other. People start yelling at each other and throwing shit at each other, and I don't care who you are, that's not a good way to keep things calm, But, like, oh man, it was terrible. It was terrible. The things people were saying was terrible from a lot of those businesses that I will never, ever go to.
Right. Do you think that this is the right way to go right now? Do you think what we're doing, as in we need to stand up for what this is, we need to stand up this way, do you think this is the way to go with our system that we have, our government system that we have?
Oh boy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a big question.
Obviously nobody wants this to happen. Like if I was to say we need to change and somebody said we should riot, and I was like, nah, let's not. I want to talk about this first.
In this particular issue.
Yeah.
I'm a white guy. That's not.
Right.
That's not. I don't fit there. I don't fit there. I will support anybody. Who is oppressed and who has less advantages than I have.
Right.
And I grew up poor, and I know what it's like to be disadvantaged. Like regardless, I do, and I stand for anybody who's disadvantaged. And no, the critical race theory. It's systematic oppression. It's built into the system. It's built into the whole web of the United States to go against certain people.
Right.
And that's just the way it is. Until infrastructure changes, it doesn't matter all the little shit in between. It's not going to make a gigantic difference.
Yeah.
I don't think, personally.
I say this a lot.
I think it's all about community. If you can't control the world, you can't control the government, but you can get involved in things like here in Amarillo or in Canyon that are important like that.
Right.
Go to a protest like that.
Yeah.
Support people.
Yeah, go to a pride
that's
walk.
The best thing you can do. Yeah, support people.
Yeah, that's what we need as a nation right now, is just to support people, and there is none. It's either
like if you own a business, you hire somebody and be fair.
Yeah.
If you can do things in your own community to change the worldview.
100%.
You can't do anything more than that.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I've been trying to get into, is doing things. I've never really done that before, but like in Amarillo, yeah, I've been trying to get into meet and talk with people that are involved in big things.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Like
I'm one of those people that I have my own beliefs and I have my own opinions.
Sure.
100%. I think everybody does.
Sure.
I don't put my opinions on anybody else unless you want to hear my opinions. I'm not going to put my beliefs on yours unless you want to hear my beliefs. You know what I'm saying? At the end of everything, whenever things are said and done, I will tell you my beliefs, I will tell you my opinions, and I want you to do the same. After that, the beliefs and the opinions do not matter because I care about people. Once you start caring about people, I believe in God, or I believe in Satan, or I'm a Buddhist, or I'm a Catholic, or whatever the fuck you are, Jehovah's Witness,
shit, yeah.
or I'm right wing, or I'm left wing, or I'm LGBTQI+, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. If you care about people, that shit don't matter.
No, it doesn't.
You know, your beliefs and your opinions will be your beliefs and your opinions.
You know, I think
if it doesn't affect me, if it doesn't affect anybody else, then why the fuck do I care? I care about you. I will stand in front of a bullet for anybody on this fucking earth, except for like the bad people like Hitler. You know, I won't do that. But I will say I will stand in front of a bullet for anybody because I care about human life. I care about human beings. We're here for a fucking reason. Now, do we believe? I don't know why we're here. I don't fucking know why. Maybe it was just solely to do stupid shit like make a podcast on YouTube. But here I am. You know, you're making music. You're JAK THURMOND. You fucking make music. That's what you do. And if that's that's what life is all about, then so fucking be it. I don't know.
It's just such a big conflict situation, you know. You just gotta be fair to everybody.
Yeah.
It's not that. I mean, it is complicated, but in a scale of one individual person,
right,
and your own.
Yeah.
In your own perspective, in your own life, it's pretty simple. You know?
And here we are, two white people, two white males, two white cis males talking about politics and race theory.
As if our opinions matter. Yeah, that's it. But hey, you know.
I fucking like that shit.
Mad support for good organizations that are getting shit done, though. Black Momentum is one that's on Facebook that does a lot of really good things. I know Melody Graves does a lot of really good things. NAACP here does a lot of really good things. There's a lot of things you can get involved with if you care about stuff like that.
What is the first one? Is it here based in Amarillo?
Mm-hmm. Black Momentum.
Black Momentum?
I'm sorry for name dropping any of y'all if y'all care about that, but I doubt it. Like, you know, just shout out to good things. Shout out to good things.
Black Momentum.
I know. I can't remember who's all involved with that, but they hosted what the fuck was it? They got it all kind of ties back into those crazy protests, but you know, when the mayor election, city council election, they had a forum where they had all the people they invited everybody from every side, and they showed up and did a forum and filmed it live so everybody could watch it and actually hear what these people were talking about who were running in the election. Because if you look up anything, you couldn't find shit. You couldn't find out what this guy believes about this, what this guy thinks about this. I don't know. Look it up, because I could never find it. We wanted to vote. We didn't know who to vote for. There was somebody I was really positive I was going to vote for, and he didn't show up to this event, and he was really, really into, you know, equality and talked about it all the time. And I was like, this is great. Like, that's what you need in Amarillo politics. And he didn't show up and turned out to not be that great. And you find those things out because they gave you a platform to figure that out. So
yeah. Like, if you are suspicious about a few things, you can definitely find at least something. To change your mind about people.
I was very surprised,
Talking about fucking weird shit that happens in this area and good shit that happens in this area, do you remember that restaurant that was about to fucking pop off?
Which one?
It was called Big...
Yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. Fuck you, Mr. Quackenbush. Yeah. I know you. I know your kids. Fuck you. I said
fucking
it. Fuck you.
Quackmeister, son of a gun.
Fuck you. Bring it on, son.
You know what he said? You know what he said after? Okay, for people that don't know, because there's going to be a lot of people that don't know.
Fuck that guy.
A person that was wealthy. What was he? Was he in the?
He had a. He's involved with law. He had a case that made him famous.
He was a very wealthy person that was involved in law, and he decided to wild hair up his ass. I don't fucking know, being racist. He decided to make a restaurant called Big Hispanic racial slur.
Yeah, that's the one.
And we're not going to say it on here because, you know, I don't like that word because I grew up with Hispanics. Friona is a Hispanic fucking town. And that word is not a good word.
No, it's
not a very good word. And I'm not going to say it. But he thought it would be a good idea to make a restaurant named that.
And the imagery behind it was also racially fueled.
So fucking outrageous.
Big shout out to Ali Ramos for making that billboard to counter his billboard right across the street. It was a big deal on the internet, and that's why a big reason why I met Ali Ramos and played for her city council run is because she did some really good things about that.
No shit.
Big deal.
Man, I'm gonna have to say because I
shut
didn't
his
hear
ass down.
this.
To be honest with you, yeah, you got to look into it.
Dang, that's crazy because I saw he was like using like extraterrestrials, you know, the alien stuff to you know, to make it where it was like
illegal aliens. That was the idea there. Yeah, I mean, it was not. It was thinly veiled. Yeah. Very, very thinly veiled.
I had people because when 2020 hit, COVID fucking hit, I became a humongous shit poster on Facebook. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm bored.
Me too. It was bad.
I'm just gonna do it. And I found out that a lot of people that I grew up with were not the fucking best people in the world.
Oh, fuck. Me too, man. That's the craziest time I've ever had. Family members, friends.
And it's just like shit that you would feel like that is common sense, you know.
Sure ain't.
You know, and it's like, fuck you for... we can go into that like a way deep.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's
there was... I had a few friends that was like, "What's the problem with it? It's just a restaurant. It's just this and that." I have Hispanic family members. Bro, shut the fuck up. You don't fucking know, dude. Come on. Are you kidding? I hate that. Oh, I have black friends. I have gay family members. Bro.
It's stupid. It's not about you. It's
fuck
not about
you, dude.
It's not about you at all. I don't know. Like, I see those things, and you know, I listen to people who say stuff like that too, and it's like, man. But look at all the places you have to go.
Yeah.
Why would you want to support something like that? Like even if there's a hint that is going to hurt somebody's pride in themselves, hurt somebody's identity or anything, what is the point in supporting that? Like there isn't one.
Right. There is nothing.
I didn't try the food, but I'm sure you could have got it a million different places.
Yeah. You know? A burrito is a fucking burrito is a fucking burrito. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had really good burritos, but I've had really shitty burritos. And some of the shitty burritos that I've had are places that are specifically for burritos. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can get a burrito anywhere else. You can get a fucking taco somewhere. You can actually, you know what? Fuck all that shit. You can get a taco from a small mom and pop shop, a small business, a business in your town. Do that before you fucking do this big ass law firm, big money, hooligan, fucking quack and fuck.
I know a million of them too. Just hit me up. We'll talk Mexican restaurants all day.
Did you see what he said after all that shit happened?
Oh, didn't he say it was like a big joke?
Yeah, like it was a joke. It was all art. It was an art.
Yeah, Mr. Stanley Marsh wannabe now. All of a sudden, that was the idea.
And who wants to? Babe, am I stand corrected? Stanley Marsh. He's the bad guy, right? He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's a very bad guy.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
No, well, yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's just a piece of shit. Yeah, straight up.
Very bad piece. He's the one that
he funded the land that I went to school on. So low key, very very low key, because that school sucked. Thanks for that.
Right. Who was the guy that made those signs?
Yeah,
that was him.
Well, yeah, it was his idea to make the signs. He did not work on the signs. Oh, that's a big thing that I bring up sometimes, because I had a sign in my yard as a kid.
Yeah.
That my friends put in, who worked for his thing, who made signs. I know a lot of people who are involved with the Dynamite Museum, is what they call it.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he was behind quite a bit of it, but he didn't go and put them up. He didn't come up with all the ideas. He didn't draw. You know what I mean? Like it's a Stanley Marsh thing, but also I do not think the signs are a bad thing. Me personally, I think it's really cool.
Right.
So there's memories and history there that I think is pretty neat.
I don't want to put like any misinformation in this, but there is a guy in this Amarillo area that was a very bad person to children.
That guy.
Oh, that's the guy.
All the same.
Okay, that's the guy. Okay,
it's all the same guy. Yeah, that's Stanley Marsh III.
I've lived here all my life. I've been put under a rock as a child, so there's a lot of things that I'm learning now. Crazy fact, I don't know if you know this, but crazy fact, there is a movie out there that actually has a scene where there are punk rockers putting these signs up.
Yeah, I went. Are you talking about Bomb City, the movie?
I think that's what I'm.
Yeah, I went to the premiere that they did at the Globe News Center.
No shit.
And the CJ Ramon from the Ramones, the last bass player, came and introduced the whole thing, and he was there.
Dang.
Went to Left Woods and hung out. Yeah,
I didn't hang out with you more. What the fuck?
It was fucking cool, man. Yeah, I know
shit.
that family a little bit. Who it was about Brian Deneke, and I know his brother a little bit, and his nephew I went to school with. And
oh, nice.
So yeah.
So let's talk about
really
your upbringing and stuff, like your childhood and stuff. Like when we'll start with your childhood to the building of Jack Thurmond is right now. You know.
Okay, neat.
So you grew up. Did you know that this is What was your home life like? Was your parents musicians or?
Yes, my dad. Oh man, I'm glad somebody actually asked me this. This is really neat. Well, because I feel like I have a different perspective than anybody I know. I don't think anybody I know has got to do that. I know there's a lot of people who come from musical families here. Like that's a big thing. Like I know you had Eli on here.
Yeah, Eli.
I don't know them very well,
right.
but I know of them. I know
shout out to Eli
and all that. Yeah, cool.
His family is really big. Really
806 the shit. Yeah, love it.
Shout out to 806.
I delivered some pizza to Sapo not that long ago. So cool, man.
I hope they get me on a track. I want a track right now.
But no, my dad played in a band forever, and my dad and my mom had me in their 40s. So I grew up with boomer parents.
Wow.
So there's that. And he and my uncle, his brother, had a band here. He's had a million bands, fronted a million bands. And when I was like, I'm gonna say between 9 and 12, he kind of taught me how to play a couple songs with a lot of chords in them.
Yeah.
And but what he also did was he had a friend who was kind of like my musical mentor, so to speak. I have a million of them, but he's the big one. And he's this very interesting guy I just went and saw. He's 75 years old now.
Oh shit.
He's a mystical man. All right, like he's a wild character, and he got to play. He played in the Houston scene for a long time with some like Texas legends like Townes Van Zandt and Guy Clark and all these kind of famous Texas people. And he had this very particular style of playing. And my dad used to watch him in Amarillo when he was a kid, and because he's a little bit younger, and kind of watch him at the bars and kind of learn some shit. And they rekindled, and we used to go to his house, and he had all these fucking instruments. Like he had a drum set and an organ in the kitchen, and he had a dobro and mandolins and banjos and guitars and bass, and me, my dad and him, and whoever would show up to his trailer house, which could be anybody. There could be 10 people in there, there could be 5 people in there, and we would just play and jam and learn songs. And I got to learn how to play all these instruments over a period of a few years that we would do this. And I really got free reign to be creative and be a kid with all these old men and drinking and smoking and whatever, and me just being an ignorant kid who really liked music. That was my thing. I grew up a big Beatles fan, and I just wanted to just something. I've been writing songs since I was like 6. Like that's just I didn't do it on purpose. It's just something I've always done.
Just happened.
So and I got to learn everything. I learned how to play harmonica from a guy who won a Grammy from here. Like there's just random events and random people that my dad knew all really influenced me to do it.
Wow. Yeah, so like that, like you said, the influences got you to do the music that you're doing.
Yeah, now, it's a lot of it's old. It's all older shit.
Right. But here's the thing: is like I don't know if you know this, but I talk a lot about you on my podcast.
I have seen that, and I really appreciate that.
But there's one thing that I don't know about you, Jack, is your genre. I don't know where to fucking put you, man. And I like that question. I think it's good to have that, because your music is not.
That, actually.
Well, you're welcome. I don't know where to put you. I don't know if you are country. I don't know if you're red dirt. I don't know if you are indie. I can't put you in a place.
I would like to say what I want to be.
What do you want to be then?
I don't know. I just watched a documentary last night about those two guys I mentioned earlier, Guy Clark and Townes Van Zandt. I don't know if you even know who those people are.
I know Guy Clark. I don't know Townes Van Zandt.
But they're they kind of got shunned by the music industry as well as my friend or mentor who I know, and because they were in the same exact boat.
Really?
They're not country. Yeah. And I'm not country either. I do not consider myself a country musician whatsoever, because that's just not it. That's not
Right,
my thing. But
right.
but then I would like to say that I'm Americana if
Okay.
I could pick a genre, because I
Right.
feel like that really got to encompass those. I'm a solo songwriter. Like, I'm not necessarily folky. I have
Right.
indie elements. I have.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, I yell in a
I
lot
heard
of songs and go hard.
35th and Coulter.
Yeah,
and I was
34th and Coulter. Yeah.
That was the first song I ever heard from you. Right?
Oh, cool.
So I
And
see
that's
it.
a kind of a heavy one for me. You know.
I'm like Amarillo, JAK THURMOND, 45th and Coulter, definitely country. I stepped into it. I saw it. I was like, definitely gonna be country song.
Oh, because the cowboy
Yeah.
hat on the
And I was like, this is gonna be something like Red Dirt or something. I clicked on it, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck. I was like, I was wrong. First of all, I was fucking wrong, and second of all, I was like, well, maybe he's indie. And then I played another song. I was like, maybe he's not indie. Maybe he is a little country.
Well, on that EP too, or those 2 EPs that I did with Broderick, I don't know. You ever listen to Vamping from here? Nope.
I need to
Listen to Vamping for
I'll
sure.
listen
That's
to
his
Vamping.
band, and
Okay.
he really helped me out doing all that. And they're a very indie pop band,
Really?
and
Okay.
so we worked together a lot on that and kind of put some indie elements in there, which was cool. And like each song, I kind of wanted to be a little different. I wanted to give like a little piece of kind of everything I got, you know, in a sense. And like the first song is just acoustic and a violin. It's pretty country,
Wow.
you know, and up until 34th and Coulter, which full drums and bass and the whole shebang that we did.
Which who did the drums?
I did. Me and
You heard it here first, guys. He did the drums. He fucking did the drums.
Broderick did a couple. He did it at the end of 34th and Coulter. He played some of the.
I think it was
but
last.
I played the beginning of it. Yeah.
I think it was last week. We talked a little bit about the
Oh,
drums.
I saw that on the OBI cat.
I was like,
yeah.
who? I was like, I want to know who the fuck did those drums? Because, dude, when the drums came in,
Me for the most part. Yeah.
I was like, it made the fucking song. I'm a drummer at heart. I've been playing drums for since I was 6 years old, and so
I dabble.
Yeah, my music is about drums. That's why I got into rap and stuff, because the beats and stuff, you know. But whenever I heard the drums come in, I was like, this song is a fucking bop. It's a fucking banger, dude.
Thanks, man.
Like whenever I'm feeling down, I'll play that song. I'm not shitting you. I'll
Thank
fucking play that song, and it makes me feel a little bit better inside and shit.
Hell yeah.
I know, man. I'm hyping you up, but dude, like, if you have not listened to JAK THURMOND, you fucking need to. He needs the views. I fucking love his ass.
I really need the views.
I think everybody
Please,
needs more views.
Somebody.
I fucking hype everybody up. I jump them up, man. All these
man.
money hungry artists, these money hungry rappers, all the, oh man, it bothers me. I was talking a little bit about it. Maybe a few podcasts ago, and I came to a realization on podcasts that people do not. If you're in an area and you start seeing artists, people that are a part of the small community of musicians, don't say that the local art is. I'm the number one fan.
Man,
people don't say that shit.
That's kind of what I thought you were almost going to go into earlier, and kind of what we were talking about just how people view, going to a Dead show or things like that, man. Like, or the big thing that gets me is it kills me to hear "fuck Amarillo" all the time. I mean, I have Bomb City tattooed on my arm, dude. You should support everybody, but I really am a bad person at saying that, because I don't like everybody's music. I don't. I'm not going to say who I like and who I don't, and that makes it hard, because it's not about you as a person. There's just some kind of music that I don't like. Not everybody's going to like what I do either, and that's fine. That doesn't mean we don't like each other. You know, some things ain't everybody's cup of tea, but I'm pretty eclectic, and I feel like most people in Amarillo are. Like I listen. I made a playlist that I made public for anybody to listen to, with like 4 hours of local jams on it, and there are so many good people in every genre, and I listen to every genre of music. So it's easy to find something you like, and like if you dog on somebody and not support anybody, no one's gonna come to your fucking show, bro.
Nobody's going.
Like, you might as well. If you're not, I don't know, that bothers me too when people, especially I keep seeing that everywhere. It's nobody's coming to shows, and man. And don't get me wrong, I played like 10 shows this year. First show I played, fucking packed. It was great. I played at the Golden Light. It was fucking awesome. Everybody was there. People I didn't know were there. It was great. Second time I played the Golden Light, it was fucking dead.
Oh, yeah.
Like 4 people.
Damn.
4 people showed up.
Fuck it.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. You don't like playing a show like that. It does not feel fucking good, but you play it and you go home.
Right.
You know? But it happens. Like, it happens to everybody. And right now is a weird time. if you can go to a show, I say you really should go to a show.
Yeah.
Because especially if you're somebody who, like me, for example, I didn't go to a lot of shows. And I thought, I was like, man, then why should you go to mine?
Right.
That's not fair
Right.
either,
Right.
Like, you got to support.
The analogy I like to do is, like, I get pissed off at people driving. They'll fucking cut me off.
Oh, me too. I'm bad about it.
They'll go into the road, and I'm like, God, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, me too.
But the thing is like, I do the same thing.
Yep.
And so, like, whenever I do it, in my head, in the universe, I say,
yep,
you're right.
Yep.
You got me. I got you. Whatever.
Me too.
That makes me feel better. That makes me feel better about fucking up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because, like, if I'm, like I said, it was my first performance, but I'm not. Dude, to be honest, I am nowhere near expecting anybody to be at one of my shows. That was a last minute thing, right? First of all, I didn't know,
see you on the flyer. I didn't think.
Yeah, I didn't know that I was going to perform till 30 minutes before I started.
Oh shit!
Like, it was like one of those things where I was like, he's not going to show up. I was like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, run it, right?
Hell yeah.
But I'm not expecting anybody to come to my shows. First of all, I do a lot of shit. And second of all, nobody knows that I fucking rap. Nobody.
Right.
Nobody fucking knows.
I didn't until
now,
Yeah.
And it's totally fine. It was one of those things where I was kind of salty at it at the beginning, where I was like, man, I tell these people all the fucking time that I do music and stuff, and then whenever they hear my shit, they're like, you rap? And I'm like, bro, I told you like 2 weeks ago. I told you like a year ago, man. You're my fucking homie. You grew up with me. You know that I fucking, But it's one of those things where, babe, who is that guy that performed before me? What was his name? D. Cali?
Jay Cali, yeah.
Jay Cali.
I played with him not that
Jay
long ago.
Cali. It was a rap show. Everybody fucking rapped.
Acoustic, baby.
He was
Cali killed
first
it.
guy up, acoustic guitar, and he was singing. And I was like, bro, this shit fire. Yep. This shit is good.
Yep, it is too.
I was like, you would never see something like that. And he did. He was funny. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
So he was doing a little bit of some comedy, and then he did like a little like poetry.
Oh, that's
where he was
cool.
like, I'm gonna put my guitar down. I got flows too, and then he would flow some shit.
That's which
is really cool.
Yeah, I know he did a song with my cousin.
But if you don't just shoot it out, like if there was a rap concert going on, a rap gig going on, and you don't shoot your shot and say like, hey, I want to perform, I would have never known that guy.
Fuck, man. When I was at a Canvas, we opened up for, mind you, we were a three-piece band. At the time, I believe. We had a drummer at one point, but for the most part, we were just a three-piece band of me, an acoustic guitar player, another acoustic guitar player, and a screamer in it.
Oh, shit.
We came up with that idea, and we opened for Locksmith and Kung Fu Vampire.
Oh, shit.
So anything can happen, man. We played with the Bunny the Bear, we played with Hail the Sun, we played with A Lot Like Birds. Things that didn't make any sense, but the big one was Locksmith and Kung Fu Vampire. We got to open it for. So like you can play anything with anybody if you're open to it.
How do you think that went? Like at the end of all that, how do you think that went?
It was great.
Yeah,
I thought it was fucking great.
You're like, that was fucking.
I didn't give a shit. I thought it was awesome.
Hell yeah. But that's what I was saying. That's where I was going with all this. Is like people don't like to say a local artist is their favorite artist. People don't say I'm like your number one fan. For people that are in the local artist area, in the local scene.
And I know this sounds like stupid, and it's my own perspective as well, just because I was also younger, and like when we did Edit Canvas, man, that was a big deal for us. Like people, I mean, showed out. Like people really showed out. We packed the 806 where there were people standing in the street.
Right.
And yeah, people really supported that. And I haven't seen I'm not saying we're not the only ones by any means, but I haven't seen a lot of that since then. Of that kind of support that I felt like we got. You know.
We're not getting a whole lot of big artists out here right now. I don't know if it's different for you, but like Lil God is one of the biggest artists we've had here in Amarillo in a long time. And it wasn't even like, hey, Amarillo's the hot spot. Amarillo's the place to go. He didn't see that. He already had a fan base. He already had friends here.
Right.
And they were like, come to fucking Amarillo. Just do it for one time. And he was like, yeah, I'll do it.
Cool.
Artists, big artists like that, I feel like, in my opinion, don't see Amarillo as a place where it can grow. It is growing.
We have our moments.
We need to push the Amarillo agenda as of we are a big place. We are growing. We are becoming this big town. Because, I mean, bro, Amarillo by morning, bam.
But then again, like I said, I love to play here. I've played here my whole life.
Right.
But, you know, when a lot of these people come in, where are they going to play? These big people. And I'm not saying there's not venues out there who won't accommodate people. I know the Golden Light, I have seen some amazing people at the Golden Light. Galen Lay came a couple years ago, who won Tiny Desk.
Oh, and, no shit.
Yeah, and I met her and we talked, and she's a super great lady. One of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. And I saw it right there at the Golden Light.
Wow.
And the Golden Light has really had some of the bigger shows. I played with a guy in 2019 who was on Tiny Desk. And who's the biggest person I played with as a solo person.
Right.
And we got to play together, and it was really cool. But then you go to some other venues, and they're too small for them. Like, it's a mix. Yeah, the Civic Center sucks. It needs to be revamped. I voted against it. I know a lot of other people did too. Just saying, I didn't think it was the time to be revamped, but it needs to be revamped.
Amarillo is trying to do a lot in a small window.
Yeah,
like,
man.
They're pushing a whole lot in this window of time or opportunity.
Especially, like we were talking about earlier, in a time where people are having a hard time just getting a job.
Yep.
Much
They
less
just
thinking
built that
about how
fucking
you
baseball
want
stadium. They're trying to redo the
baseball
fucking
stadium.
They're trying to redo the fucking road systems. And
there's a lot, going on infrastructure-wise, and money. That's a big deal. I mean, city council and all our local politics is like a big wild.
You're in Amarillo politics. You're in here.
I don't know. I try.
I don't know, but you're like, fuck that baseball stadium. Like, you didn't know.
Yeah. I try to be. I have my opinions, that's for sure.
Dude, they need to do something with that fucking hospital.
I try to be involved if I can.
They need to do something with that fucking hospital. It's just sitting there.
Yeah,
they need to tear it down. They need to do something with it. They need to clear it. It's an eyesore, especially in that area. We're trying
Instead of where cops can just sit there and wait for somebody to pull in and fucking give them a ticket.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He wasn't doing crazy stuff. Come on.
Shit, no. I remember that happened to me. The only reason I said that is because one time we pulled in to turn around. And, literally to turn around, we were going to turn around on the boulevard. We were like, well, let's just go in the hospital and flip a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
And went in, and there were two cops there showing a light, and we stopped. Because, what do? You got a fucking headlight on.
Yeah.
They're like, well, if you were just going to turn around, why didn't you just turn around? Like, well, because why the fuck is there a cop just chilling in the hospital waiting for people to pull in?
Exactly,
like,
bro.
What is going on?
Cops are like on edge, bro. I remember when I was in COVID. We'll talk about this, and then we'll go into a little bit of a break. But when COVID hit, a lot of information was being spilled out on what we should do. My job, I was working every fucking night, even in COVID. So, like,
oh man,
it wasn't one of those things where I could take a break. It's no big deal. I could take a few days off. No big deal. I was there every single day.
Yeah.
Information was being pulled out to where it was like safe, not safe, all this shit. And I needed I needed the law to tell me what I needed to do when it comes to certain things that happen.
Sure.
And there was a cop there. They're really nice with me. Cops in Hereford and in Dimmitt, they know me. But at the time, I think they were just on edge,
Yeah.
And one of them was sitting at a parking lot, with a highway, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pull in. I'm gonna be respectful and not like pull up to their fucking car and be like, what up? But I parked in front of them, and I got out of my car and I waved at them, and two of them get out, and they already had their guns drawn. And I was
Jesus
like, hey,
Christ, man.
chill out, man. Like, I'm here to ask questions, bro. I have a question about COVID and shit. And they're like, why don't you just call? I'm like, I could do that, but I don't want people to be like, tripping out. Cause like the receptionist over there, she's just there to get a fucking buck. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have other things to worry about. What if I called and somebody was getting murdered at the same fucking time? It could happen. You're right here, bro. Like, let me just talk to you for a second. No big deal. But yeah, cops are like they're super on edge. I respect cops. I respect some cops. I'm not saying I respect all the cops. I'm not saying I respect all the cops. But I'm saying I respect some cops. But yeah, cops are fucking wild, man.
Fuck them.
But we are going to take a little bit of a break right now. This is the time where I shout out a person or an artist or a band or whatever. Right now, I'm going to shout out somebody that I've met. I haven't met in person, but I've met online. He's a part of a group that we are working on right now. Shout out to Lost Channel. But this guy's named Dawson. The O in son is an X. A lot of rappers like to do that now, the X thing. His name's Dawson, DAWSXN. He's on YouTube, and we're going to listen to Tears Keep Falling. That is TEARS KEEPFALLING. We're going to listen to this real quick and we're going to take a little break.
Myself, take a step back, I don't need no one's help. That's a joke, just dealing with the hand I'm dealt. Try to erase all this goddamn pain I felt. I'm not sad anymore, I'm just pissed off. All the thoughts in my mind are crisscrossed. All these blank thoughts, equal missed calls. Try to feel how my life's always been lost. Take another sip just to numb the pain. Take another pill just to fade away. Failure eats away at me every day. Tears keep falling and I can't stop. Demons keep calling. Tears keep falling and I can't stop. Demons keep calling. Demons keep calling. Demons keep calling. Demons keep calling.
All right, we're back. Shout out to Dawson. Tears keep falling. Go give him a like. Go give him a comment. Go give him a little fucking share. Listen to his music. Give him some views, dog. He's from Harrisburg. Did I say Harrisburg, Pennsylvania? I think that's what I said. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. If I said that wrong, well, just go fuck myself. He's in Pennsylvania. Shout out to Dawson. I told all those guys, I was like, I have a podcast. They probably haven't seen it, but I was like, I have a podcast. I'm going to shout you out. They're like, cool, man. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to start this week. So, just be ready, But that's we're gonna talk about something a little bit serious where it turns into something fucking crazy and off-putting and all that stuff. But I do want to say, I know it's going to be a little bit late in the fucking week, but I do want to say some condolences to the family members and the people that had passed away at Astro World and that whole incident, and the people that got injured. That is something that should not have happened. I feel like, in my personal opinion, 100% should have been avoidable. At the beginning of all this, I heard that something happened with Travis Scott, and I thought it was like an active shooter. I thought it was somebody drugging people, fentanyl patches, that type of shit.
Right.
Somebody doing some stupid shit at a concert. I thought it was something like that. And then when I got to deets, I was like, this is tragic. This is a tragedy that should not have not had happened. And, people are trying to figure out who should be accounted for.
That's tough, right?
Pointing the finger at people, and to be honest, in my opinion, the concert, the people that were managing the whole thing, accountable 100%. And I wouldn't even say that Travis Scott should have been accountable for until he did what he did. Yeah. And it's like, bro, you fucked up. You fucked up, man. If you would have said, hey, people are fucking dying, I see these things happening, I see this guy being fucking waved in, or not waved, crowd surfed into the fucking ambulance.
Yeah.
You saw that shit happen, bro. You saw it happen. It's not your. It is not your fault that the things that had happened. It's on you. But the way you fucking did this shit, the way you acted, the way you made this, the way it all went down, all of it went down. Now it's on your hands. You could have easily avoided all of this if you would have just stopped. He stopped a while back because somebody stole a shoe when he was crowd surfing. He stopped his whole fucking show.
I heard about that.
And you can't stop for people dying. You can't stop for people suffocating.
That's the biggest thing I heard about was, and I've seen it too. You know, I've been to a lot of music festivals.
Yeah.
Like I've been to Austin City Limits and South by, not that one, the metal one, South by So What.
Oh, right.
That was a thing. Yeah.
Right.
Like, I don't know. And I saw other people talking about it too. Like, yeah, I saw Corey Taylor not that long ago, and I was crowd surfing and got dropped on my head, and he stopped the show and said, "Hey, what the fuck is up?" You know, like I've seen it happen too. Like,
and people are like,
there's a sense of accountability there.
Yeah, and
like,
people were like,
a big one.
You couldn't see because of the lights and stuff.
Oh, get fucked. Nah, that ain't true. That ain't true.
Fuck off, bro. You can see.
But also, like you said, like the big thing is, and I think I'm missing a few details from that whole thing. But whoever's from what I hear, there's like a lot of lack of things that could have prevented that as well. So whoever, the event planners and all that kind of stuff really need to.
What actually happened, and this is minuscule to the whole problem. There were people, entering without paying. You know, they didn't have tickets. They were jumping the fence and they were rushed. They were rushing it, which that is minuscule to the problem. What actually happened, what the real problem was, is that they were selling tickets that weren't even supposed to be sold. They were selling tickets to overcrowd. And that was the biggest problem.
Yeah, like Woodstock '99 all over again. Yeah.
Well, crazy. You know what I was doing the few days. Well, I was trying to get some information. I was trying to do my own research and stuff. Woodstock. You know how many people died there? 3.
Yeah.
3 people died.
Yeah.
One of them was a tractor, and 2 of them were ODs. Right, babe?
Something like that.
And then I was like, okay, Woodstock was a pretty big one. Let's do something that is probably a little bit bigger in the sense of years. Let's do Burning Man.
Oh,
and I looked up Burning Man, and I was like, how many people died in Burning Man? The website that I looked up on, it was like, there's no number, because they're like, it's less than 20. Because it's been here since 87? 84, something like that. And they're like, it's less than 20. I was like, okay, 84 to 2021. You divide all that shit. 1 person dies every year. About 1 person in a casualty. About.
Even alone, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I'm not saying like those big things. Something's bound to happen. Something's gonna happen.
Well, I mean, shit. I mean, in a sense, like I know there's like Farm Aid. Isn't that one of them? Like the country one that they did? Or for it's either that one or something where I know people died of like dehydration.
Yeah.
Like I could see things like that. Like when I went to Austin City Limits, it wasn't. I went in 2018, and like getting water is not the easiest thing in the world to do.
Right.
Like there's only certain places to go, but when it comes to running people over, that's fucking wild. Like I've been in some crazy, like that metal festival I went to. Like there was some really crazy pits, and like Thy Art Is Murder was the craziest pit I've ever been in, and I got drop kicked from like a mile away, and I'm serious, man, it fucked me up.
I mean every time I go time I go to a concert, there's an ambulance. Right. Something has happened.
Yeah.
Somebody got hurt. Somebody is overdosed. Something happened to a person. It's bound to happen. I'm not saying that never happens. I'm not saying Astro World is the only place where people have died in concert. What I am saying, though, is there shouldn't be 8 people that died, and there shouldn't be 300 people injured.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Fucking ridiculous.
What's also ridiculous that I think you brought up earlier, I don't remember if it was on the cast or when we first saw each other, was all the people on Facebook who were talking about the fucking... Have you seen the picture of the dude with his mouth open, and it's just like this demonology going on, and it was all planned for them to go to the underworld and whatever. Honestly, I'm loving it on Facebook. I am, because it makes me laugh every time I see it, but also I can't believe these people, man.
I'm sorry. Crazy. I'm sorry if y'all are fucking Bible thumpers and y'all want this shit to happen, conspiracy theorists.
What the fuck?
Y'all are fucking insane. Y'all are fucking insane, bro. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy as fuck. You want to know something even crazier? I'm telling them that they're crazy. I'm going to tell you a fucking story. This is a shit true story. I will show you the fucking receipts. I'm not fucking kidding you, man. Okay. This is something... I wouldn't say it's like humongous, like big. I'm not saying that it's like, oh, coincidence? Maybe. All right.
Okay.
So there's a picture. There's a picture of Bat Boy.
Okay.
You saw that one? Dystopia.
Oh yeah, yes, that's the one.
Weekly World News.
Yeah. And I saw that. Yeah, with his face or whatever, looking all weird. Yeah, I remember that.
Dystopia. Okay, the picture itself is from way back when we were growing up. They used to have magazines. Weekly World News would have magazines, and it would be like Bat Boy discovered and some crazy bullshit.
Those literally conspiracy, funny magazines, almost. Yeah.
So, a few days ago, probably a day before all of this went down, I had a conversation with my friend about Weekly World News.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, like literally conversation. I was like, do you think they still do shit? Like, I was like, I remember going to the fucking grocery store and like seeing these, and I was like a kid, and I was like, that's kind of weird. You know, growing up, it was like one of those, the scare tactic type shit. Right. And so I was like, I really kind of, it's like nostalgia. I kind of enjoy remembering that stuff, you know? Sure. And so I looked them up. They have an Instagram, right? I'm like, okay, cool. They're still around, you know. They got merch. They got fucking COVID masks. So I'm like, they're still going. I was like, you know what would be fucking crazy? You know what? I'm just going to do it. I went on their thing. I followed them. And then I messaged them about getting promoting them. You know?
Okay.
I was like, maybe I could get like a little ad from you. I could wear your merch. On the podcast, I literally typed this shit out. I'll show you. This is what I said to them. I said, let me get to the Weekly World News. This is not.
That's really crazy. That
I said this is Tuesday at 4:39 a.m. I was at work, so like I did it at work. I said, "Dear Weekly World News, hi, my name is Braxton. I run my own podcast called MOSHCAST with Almighty Sai on YouTube. I have a small following, but I post every week and I'm trying to make this my career. I've been a fan of y'all's for a very long time, since I was growing up, basically. I was wondering if I can get a sponsorship. I would include running ads for Weekly World News on the podcast, wear merch, and promote weekly ads that you update on Instagram every week. I hope to hear back from you and work with you soon. BraxtonUpton@gmail, blah, blah. I did all the shebang. I did the whole thing. Yeah. Then the day after I posted, I sent them this message. This is so fucking how crazy this shit is. Coincidence? I don't know.
That's crazy.
The day I went to sleep, I woke up, that picture of Travis Scott, Dystopia, all that shit. I was like, what are the fucking odds for me thinking about Weekly World News and then he gets a fucking promo, Travis Scott gets a promo from Weekly World News.
That's wild.
And then nobody knows, nobody has heard from Weekly World News in a long time.
Right.
Now their picture is trending on this tragedy.
Yeah.
And it's like,
that's
how
crazy.
The fuck were the wavelengths connected? Because I mean, the universe is vast and coincidences happen, but I was like, this is way too detailed. This is way too out of left field, man. And it was just weird to me. I woke up and then my friend was like, dude, we just talked about them. We just sent them a message. And I was like, yeah. I don't know how to fucking I don't know how to think about it. I don't know.
That's nuts.
And I'm a big person where like I think aliens really 100% exist. I've seen UFOs. I believe in ghosts. Bigfoot's real. All that shit.
Okay. I see.
But when it comes to this kind of stuff, and I'm sitting there like, I know it's kind of silly that I'm thinking about this, but what are the fucking odds?
Yeah, that's pretty wild, man. That's pretty wild, man.
But yeah, dude, it's fucking wild. Facebook, there's a lot of people that are like really like religious Christian people in my Facebook, and I'm like, dude, you're missing the point. You're making it into a religious political agenda, and people fucking died, and it's sad.
They don't care about death or anything like that.
I was like, the only thing that I see Astro World looking like is Moron Planet from fucking Space Jam. Like, that's the only place I could see fucking Astro World looking like.
I don't know. Like, have you been to a festival like that? Like, I almost saw Travis Scott, but I bailed out at Austin City Limits. He played the year I went.
Shit.
Yeah, well, he replaced Childish Gambino, who broke his leg.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to see Gambino, and I heard Travis Scott was playing, and I was pissed, and I said, nah, fuck it.
I'm just going to sell my ticket.
I'll stay my 2 days. I had a 3-day pass, stayed for 2, and sold the last one.
Fuck it.
I missed the Arctic Monkeys, but everything else I didn't really care about.
Right.
But
Yeah,
well, that might be the last chance I had, bud.
Bro, honestly, and you know, I feel like justice will be served. Justice
I really
needs to
hope
be
so. I
served.
really hope so. I feel really bad for those people.
Travis
Who wants to
Scott.
go to a concert and would think that their life is in danger? That's insane.
Kids died. Kids died.
See, I haven't seen a lot about the casualties.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and it wasn't
Christ.
about like it was just so like packed. It was so packed that people could not breathe.
And man, like it's still, you know, I'm sure they didn't have their fucking vaccination cards either. But,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that's
That's another thing that we could talk about, but it's just one of those things where, you know, Travis was trying to push his fucking show, his little show, to where Drake could come out, you know.
Right, I heard
and
about
it was
that,
like he was just, it wasn't. I'm not saying he was rushing it, but he was not stopping. That's for one. He was not stopping any of this shit. It's like, dude, like you're at a fucking festival. If it needs to be postponed, it can. People are not going to be hurt that they have to stay there another day. He
definitely had power to make a bit of a difference.
Yeah,
for sure. And
yeah.
I think that he should definitely be held accountable.
Bro, I know for a fucking fact he had already gotten paid for this thing.
Oh, sure.
If he didn't perform, he was still going to get paid for this thing.
True.
Nobody's gonna be sad that they didn't listen to fucking Sicko Mode while people were fucking dying, bro.
Right. Yeah.
And I know this is a few weeks late, but this is my opinion on the shit, man. It's sad. You know, it's sad that you are a fan of somebody like that. And I know it's fucking morbid, but you're a fan of this person, and he's singing to you, and you can't fucking breathe, and you just fucking... You're listening to a song, and you just fucking pass out, and that's the last thing that you fucking see. You know? And that's fucking sick, and it's morbid, but it's fucking true. Like, that's what I see, in my opinion. Like Travis... you will never hear this. You probably will never hear this. But if you ever do, you need to step up and be like, you know what? And I know that he's doing things now, and we probably will see things come up more. But you got a long road ahead of you. You got a lot of shit that's going to be going down, and you know, it's one of
that's
those
going to
things.
go down in history.
It's going to go down in history.
That's crazy.
It might shut down Astro World.
I was going to say, it might affect a lot of other festivals too, you know, and how they go about it.
Oh, 100%.
And honestly, I mean, like there needs to be some real protocol for things like that. Cause,
there is protocol for all of this stuff.
That's true.
Now, did they ignore
that's well
it?
in place,
You know?
I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, there will be people going to prison. There will be names thrown out that we didn't know that were involved, and it will be a fucking garbage fire.
Right.
And I just hope that the families that have injured family members and the family members that have dead ones, I hope they get justice 100%. Because I was sitting there last night, and I was like, I need to put this on podcast. I was telling my girlfriend, and I was like, she was like, what's wrong? I was like, it's just real shitty. It's just a real shitty thing. For all artists, all musicians, this is a real shitty thing, and it needs to be addressed. It doesn't need to be addressed as, well, Travis didn't know what the fuck was going on. And it was the people. No, people died. It happened in a place where Travis was working at. He was performing, and nothing happened. He didn't do anything about it, and he had the power to. He had somebody in his ear at all times. Hey, Drake's coming up. No, hey, Drake's coming up. You got 15 minutes. You got people in your ear, bro, all the time, every single time. You have people in your ear, and you did shit about it. 100%, period. Anyway.
Man, what? Second podcast I've been on, and the first one I was on, the Capitol got invaded right when I went. Like, it's always fucking something right before I go on a podcast.
Dude,
man.
that's insane.
It was happening while I was on the podcast.
Wow.
It was going on, and we had no idea. And as soon as it was over, we were like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on in the world right now?
Dude, that's the thing too, is like I wasn't rooting for the fact that they were storming the Capitol because of their agenda, because I do not agree with their agenda. But I do agree storming the fucking Capitol, though. Come on, that was a fucking hard W. Like, come on, man. I'm glad. Like, it was badass. I saw people storming the fucking Capitol. Now, what they believe in and their belief system, the
patriots of the world, by the way, invading the Capitol.
Yeah, for real.
With their fucking hero who told them to do it, by the way. Get out of here with your no accountability on that, because he needs to get some.
I do not stand with all of that, but I do stand in
I mean,
anarchy.
That's a fucking feat right there. I'll give you that. That is something that, I mean, who even has the balls to think that they can pull that off? Like,
who has the fucking balls?
I'll give you that. Like, that takes some cojones.
Are you like real deep in QAnon shit?
I avoid it at all costs. But yeah, I mean, I know about the whole. I know about the whole everybody thinking that JFK Jr.
Bro,
come and get
I was just about to talk to you about. I was like, do you know about the whole JFK Jr. shit?
It kills me. It makes me laugh. Like
that's scary. That makes me scared.
Oh, it's terrifying that people buy into this.
It's so fucking.
Oh, it's terrifying. But
that's Weekly World News shit.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Weekly World News
and
shit.
People
right
really
there.
buy it. Yeah,
and people have bought into it.
That's the other thing that I don't understand, and I don't know because I avoid conservatives at all costs. Is that do they? Like I wonder. Like I know that from what people say, like there's some really serious fucking believers in this shit, but I haven't seen them because I'm too scared to know. Right, you know what I mean? Right. Like, do they really think this crazy shit? Because it's so off the wall. Right. That I hear it and I go, okay, like this has all got to be satire. Right.
But there's people out there standing.
There really are those people who think it.
There's people out there standing.
Hey, think that he's already president still or whatever.
Babe, is the air conditioner on?
No.
Could it be? I'm fucking sweating over here.
Just turn it on. I'm so cold.
Wow.
It's freezing.
You too, huh?
It's freezing.
Go outside. It's a lot warmer out there than it is in here.
I feel like I'm right in the middle of that scenario. I don't think it's cold, but I don't think it's hot either.
But Jack, let's get back into your music and stuff, man.
Yeah, we've been on some interesting tangents.
Yeah, we've been going on about some crazy shit.
Oh my gosh.
Talking about your music and stuff, man. So you grew up in a music household, you know,
so to speak.
Yeah. So. You started making your own music. When did you know that you got your sound? Like, when was it? Was like, okay, this is it.
I still don't even know if I have one.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know. I have a lot of music, and I don't have a lot out there.
Right.
I wasn't able to record a lot of music. But a lot of it's so different.
Right.
I have a lot of different stuff, and I feel like there's like it's almost like period pieces, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I have this stuff over here that sounds like this, and then I have this group of songs that I wrote at this time that's kind of like this, and you know I think it evolves all the time.
Right.
I wouldn't say I know where I'm at because my music is changing right now. Like the new stuff I'm writing and that I'm working on recording right now is different than what I'm gonna put out. Right. I already have plans for shit coming out like this, and they're all going to be a little different. So I'm not really sure.
So are we?
When I got solidified, I mean, finding my voice was a little different. I would say. I think my singing style. I think I figured out after my old band, after Edit Canvas kind of went away. I tried to really figure out my voice.
Gotcha.
Music wise, I've done so much different stuff. I don't know. It's still kind of evolving. You know.
So as an artist, or are we seeing in real time? Are we seeing in real time Jack Thurmond? Shooting out more music. I know that you have music on Spotify and stuff like that, but is this a crucial moment in your life to where you're like, I'm really going to get into where I'm going to be posting a lot more music now? Man, is that one of those things, or are we just kind of like up in the air in the wind?
Dude, like, I don't know. Like I said earlier, like I don't like to take myself super seriously in a sense because I don't think of music as a career path, but I don't think of it as not a career path either.
Right.
You know what I mean? I do realize. And I did realize that I'm 25, and it seems young, but it seems old at the same time. You know what I mean? Like I have that fear of I have all this music, and where the fuck is it? Right. Where the fuck is it? Like people ask me that all the time. Like I know you play. I've seen you play a million times. I know your songs. I've never heard them. Right. Outside of you playing them. Yeah. And I was like, man, so I really want to record. Like, that's what I care about. Like, I play shows. I played like 10, 11 shows already this year. And I'm like, man, playing shows is cool. I don't care that much about playing shows. Yeah. If you want me to be honest. Because sometimes I had a lot of fun. Sometimes it fucking sucked. And I wanted to go home. And I didn't really care. I cared about the money and I left. Like, I could have fucking recorded this shit and posted it on you know, Spotify. Like, I wouldn't say that now's like the time, but I will say I'm putting more effort into it than I put in before. I have those 2 EPs out. I'm working on recording. I'm having my friend in London to mix them, hopefully. Nice. I'm going to have a single coming out here pretty soon with a little lyric video. Hell yeah. And I am. Yeah, I'll say I'm trying to work towards something now that I haven't done before. I'm trying to put more content out there than I've ever had before. Is there a set time on that single, or do we know? No, it's done. The recording process is finished. it's done. I have a mixed version that I like, but I just sent it off to get mastered some more and see what they do with it. So hopefully, maybe in the next couple months, we'll get to see that coming.
So let's get a little bit deeper into some stuff that you might not want to talk about. You get into
Okay.
You get into mastering and producing and recording and all that good shit. What kind of money are we talking about on this stuff? Are we
I'm a lucky motherfucker.
Ooh,
Let's say that.
let's
I'm
just
a
say we're lucky motherfucker.
Well, okay. Well, my buddy, my friend is recording me. Arlo, we did Magic Focus together. He's got a lot of shit going on, and he's got his own band that he's working with, and he's been kind enough to let me use his equipment and record me over there. So we're doing the recording there, and then I have another friend who I've been friends with a long time, and that's what she does for a living. She's a touring musician.
Oh, okay.
And she goes to school for like engineering.
Yeah.
That's what she does. And she's like, hey, so it's all free. I get to record for free. I get to get mixed and mastered for free. I'm a lucky duck.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's really good.
It was hard putting those last 2 EPs out. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, my buddy recorded me, and I wanted to pay him for his time. It was difficult to meet up. And
Right.
That's the biggest deal about all of it to me. I think it's less about the money and more about the time.
Right.
Like,
Right.
You know, it takes real work. Like, it may not seem like it, but it takes real work
100%.
to put that time in, especially when you're, you know, like, on my last EPs, like I played most of the instruments and I sang everything, but I also had people who would play like, hey, I want you to do this. Hey, I want you to do this. And this single I just did, I play everything on it, and that takes a lot. You know, you have to have time for so many different things,
Right.
and I think timing
Right.
is the biggest part. And I'm very lucky. It's
I have
not big bucks.
Right. Well, I have a thing for like money hungry, you know, artists and stuff like. Yeah, we want to get money. We definitely want to get money. I think everybody wants to make money.
Sure.
You know. But when you're starting up, man, it is very, very hard to be like, I can't spend $300, $400 on one recording.
Right.
I can't spend
and
$1,000.
I've been there and I've done it. You know?
Yeah. People can't do that shit, you know? I've spent money on a whole bunch of stuff. I spent money on this, you know? I spent money on one fucking single that I haven't even fucking dropped yet. You know what I'm saying? And it was produced, and it's like, I know that money is important. We just got done talking about that. But at the same time, in this world, it's like if you have homies, if you have friends that are willing to sacrifice experimenting, sacrifice time, sacrifice the equipment that they have, use it. Take it.
And a lot of it, man, is what you're, I don't know, like, okay, so me personally, I was recording in the studio, right?
Right.
In Space Camp Studios. And we worked, those 2 EPs that I made were going to be it was going to be a full-length project. It was going to be my first album that I ever put out. And we got 4 of them totally done, and there's a few outtakes from there that aren't out and will be re-recorded somewhere at a different time. But we had shit going, and 4 songs came out perfect, and I was like, okay, like, that's where we're at. Let's work on these, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And we'd already spent, just doing all that was over a year of working. And, and with my old band, we had recorded something and quit. Me and Arlo recorded that Magic Focus and quit. Nothing had come out. So I'd been spending all this time and money. I spent money. Every hour I spent money. And it was a good deal, but it still adds up. And I had nothing. I had fucking nothing to show for it. So I was like, man, I'll take those 4 songs and put them out. Fuck it. Put them out. Things got a little easier. We were like, okay, let's just polish up the last 4 and put another EP out. And I did that. And then I had nothing. They're not recording right now. They've got other stuff going on in their lives. They're good friends of mine. They're doing their own thing. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do?
Right.
I'm kind of fucked. And so I did the same thing. I'm like, let me get an interface. Let me learn how to do some of this. And I'm not a fucking producer, man.
Right.
That's its own job. And I wish I was better at it. I'm fucking not. I don't like sitting at the computer and figuring those things out.
Yeah, exactly.
I've done little bits and pieces of it, and I'm not saying I can't, and I'm fully admit I would much rather spend the money and have somebody help me do that so I can focus on what I do.
Right.
Because I can't do it all.
Yeah.
And you know, I also think that for me anyway, what I'm listening to and I'm thinking, okay, this is it, might not be it for everybody else, and somebody else might find something I'm missing.
Right.
You know, so I was fortunate enough that my buddy he's like, I want to get into it, and he got some real fucking equipment.
Oh no shit.
Better equipment than I've ever used.
Right.
And he's like, you know, I'm really trying to learn, so let's work together. Like, let me practice, and you can practice, and we'll just see if you like it. If we like it, we'll put it out. If we don't, we did it for fun, and it was free.
100%.
And so far, it's turning out great. I think it's going to be the best thing I put out.
Good.
So far, so.
Good. Are we going to see a little bit more? Like we were talking about you coming out with a little bit more. Are we seeing another EP? Are we seeing another album?
I'm hoping for let's see.
Do you have like a?
I'm hoping for it'll be like a 6-song EP.
Oh yeah.
I technically only have one album out, and it's not. I don't even know if you really want to call it that. It's my weird little demo tape I put out.
Oh yeah,
it's the real lo-fi,
yeah,
kind of creepy thing that I was trying to do.
Trying to work.
I recorded it on my laptop with no production whatsoever. It was just fun, and I like some of the little things that came out.
Man.
So
it fucking works.
But no, it'll technically be an EP, but I mean it'll be longer than the other two.
Yeah,
so kind of half and half.
That's good. Are you going to start, maybe looking into like featuring some people? Or are you just solo artists?
This time, okay. So like I said last time, I had some friends, and I really want to put this out mostly myself. Yeah. This is just me. No features.
Good.
I would love to feature on other people's things. By the way,
yeah.
If anybody wants me, I'd be glad to.
There you go. That's your plug right there. He wants to fucking get some features in.
Hell
so
yeah.
whoever's doing
I got some people we're trying to collab. We're trying to get something going.
Good. Well, dude, I appreciate you coming, man. It was a fucking
nice to meet you.
Yeah, for real. I mean, it was our first time meeting for real. And like I said, I've been fucking with your shit for a while. And I was like, I have like a weird list of people that I've been wanting to get on my podcast. I wanted Eli really bad. I wanted you on here really bad. My friend Aiden, I wanted him on here.
I saw that. That was really good. I really like that. Cast.
And it's like,
I like his music too.
Yeah, and I've had people on here, but there's just something about the vibe. Like I see people, and I'm like, that's the guy I want, and I'll write it down or I'll think about it. And I'll keep it in my head for a while.
Hell yeah!
But you're one of the people that I wanted on podcast for a while, and I'm finally glad we get to do it.
Yeah, me too.
And you're always invited to come back, man. Whenever this shit hits, if you do the EP and you want to do like a little promo,
that'd be fucking great. Yeah, let's do it.
We can do that shit. And
I'm in.
I'm always down to do it again. But right now, plug in your shit. Where can they find you? What's all your shit on and everything?
All right. For my music, honestly, if you go to my Facebook, I got my little link tree up there, and I've got music on Spotify, on YouTube, anything you can listen on. I got Google, YouTube, Google Play, whatever. You can find my stuff. Just look up JAK THURMOND, no C, JAK THURMOND. My Instagram is at FrogDad, and yeah, my Facebook's the big one. If you just look me up on Facebook,
crazy?
you can find something.
I had Eva on. She's a really good friend. Shout out to Eva. You are the second person that had Frog in their Instagram name. Hers is Frog Stop, and now yours is Frog Dad.
Frog Dad has done me wonders. I actually met a homie who also is Frog Dad, whose name is also Jack, who is also a musician.
Wow.
Who lives in Australia. So next time I go,
oh shit,
we're gonna chill.
Hell yeah, heck yeah.
So, yeah, that's the one.
So look up JAK THURMOND and push that fucking Magic Focus album on Spotify. I love the shit out of it, dude. Winning California.
Thank you.
That was a spot-on fucking song, man. I love that song.
And do me a favor and jam Namco for me on there. I'm so close to 1,000 plays.
Oh, no shit.
I'm just a few off.
Namco?
So, Namco, yeah.
All right.
My first single that I put out. If you could.
Push Namco the fucking
Please,
hardest.
I'm so close.
Listen to it. X out of Spotify. Listen to it again. Do all that shit hard fucking push. But you know me, Almighty Sai. You can find me on Instagram, almighty_s.i.g.h. If you found me on YouTube, that is MOSHCAST with Almighty Sai. If you found me on YouTube, go to my fucking website at undeniablemisfortune.com, where we have all of our albums, all of our merch, and all of the shit that you can find the podcast on there as well. It is a whole bunch of Cairo the Chosen's on there, LJ Grim D. It's a lot of fun shit, and you can get on our fucking email list, and you can get firsthand on what's going on in our world. But like always, you know what? I'm going to get all my shit set up before I say this again, because I always fuck up the ending. I always do. I love my ending, but I always fuck it up. But like always, we will see you next week, and go fuck yourself, dude.
Okay. JAK THURMOND, new single about to come out, hopefully. I jumped out of a fucking plane earlier this year from 10,000 feet in the air. And I also watched Bo Burnham's Inside, which was the best thing I've heard in a long time. So those two things combined is kind of what made this happen. So this is Lonely Town.
I ain't got no direction. Don't know my east from west. I'm trying really hard just to say I tried my very best. Somewhere I lost connection in a tunnel underground. Somehow I lost the signal. Now I just can't be found. But look inside your heart now. Do you see me around? Or am I still just cruising down here in lonely town? Swear I'm not playing possum, I'm really dead this time. Skydiving trip was awesome. Up there you'll find my mind. The only part I didn't like was when I came back down. I felt less scared of falling than coming right back to the ground. Down here in lonely town. I'll never make it out. I never had a doubt. My